Mic check, mic check, mic check. Let's see. Check the audio real fast. Mic check, mic check. All right. We got the audio working for you guys. We're gonna wait a couple minutes for people to come in and out for the live stream to get pushed out a little bit. So if you guys are watching, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you like the video.
I took two things that I love.
Play a little bit of music, get in the mood. Let's change this up. Let's go back over here. Come on. So what's going on, guys? We just letting everybody accumulate in here. I'm gonna play a little bit of music to set the mood, and then we're gonna get right into it. We got to talk about men are reaching the breaking point. What's going on, Ashley? What's good, introvert? Nah, Matthew, I don't. Mm, mm. Say some real shit right there. Mm.
You found a place.
That's crazy, Alex. That's crazy, Alex. Dealing with false accusations at work, and let me guess, it's from a woman. Never fails. Never fails. We'll play one more song, guys, and we'll get into the topic. As you guys come in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share the video about the video. That's what I was thinking, introvert. A woman got jealous. Either way, yeah. See, they think we deal with. See, as men, we think we deal with jealousy just from other men. Nah, we deal from jealousy from women too. The jealousy and envy is everywhere. Let's get into this. Yeah, you cook an introvert. Let's go ahead and get into this, man. Yeah, see, exactly. So, what does that say about men that are jealous? Men that are jealous are acting like women. That's what that means. Let's get into this, man. We got to talk about A lot of men in today's modern world are in what's called the breaking point. Very true, introvert. A lot of men are at this breaking point, and it's due for a lot of factors that are going on in society right now. And I'm sure as you guys come in or as you guys are watching the replay, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this topic. I kind of hint on it from time to time in some of my videos. If you guys have seen the video, men don't care why men do. I think it's like, do men care about anything anymore? And I'm in a car talking about issues about we're dealing with as men. I kind of hinted on it in that video, but I kind of didn't go deep into it like I am today. As a man today, you're dealing with a lot of different things. Society doesn't like you. A lot of different things are working against you. You feel alone. You're lonely. Getting a woman, a quality woman at that, seems like a monumental task. Family and friends, you probably live distance away. All of these are issues causing you depression because you're not getting the amount of emotional support around close-knit family friend dynamic. You're out in the city somewhere surrounded by a bunch of strangers in close proximity stacked on top of each other as if that's normal, when it's not normal for human beings to do that and live in that kind of way, packed in like sardines. That is true, introvert. That's another. See, a lot of this conversation is a lot of moving parts. It's not just one answer. It's a lot of different things being mixed together that make it so difficult. So you're right. A lot of women are not interested in a lot of men today. What's the main complaint? Financial. Well, inflation is through the roof right now. Trump's trying to fix it, but it's not going to get fixed within the next year or so. Let's just be real about this. We probably won't feel any of this getting any better until, the middle of 2026, 2027. And so I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm going to tell you guys in case you didn't know. This is how bad the economy is. This is how bad inflation is. So in the 1950s, one paycheck, one person working could afford a house, have a whole family, pay for groceries, have 2 cars in the driveway, have investments, have a pension. One paycheck. Back in the everybody goes back to the 1950s and say that's the big time, the best time for relationships in society, make America great again. That's what they're talking about, right? Well, in order for you to have that same amount of lifestyle in the 1950s, today you have to make 6 figures. That's the starting line if you want to have a house, a car, a woman, and take care of kids all under the same roof. Now, the house is probably going to be Model T. The car probably is going to be a 2 Honda Civics, but nonetheless, you can have it. That's how bad. You don't have any buying power today, and that's another reason why men are reaching the breaking point. Women don't know what the hell they want, introvert. That's the thing. They've been brainwashed by society to have these unrealistic expectations. And then you tack on the fact that they have access to all these different men. And what the women don't understand is a high status guy will smash a 5 or a 6. He just won't wipe you up. So whenever he smashes that woman, he gives her this false hope that she can get this, somehow secure this man for a long-term relationship, when really she's just an easy and quick Tuesday. They look on Instagram. Guys, this is one of the talking points I wanted to get into. Can we be real for a second? Can we have a real conversation? Social media, it's all fake. All of it. People taking pictures. You don't even know where the hell they could have a background, and they could be at their local pool or their local park, but they'll say hashtag Amsterdam. I know people in real life that do this, guys. This is insane. Social media, all of it is fake. Everybody has a facade. Everybody sends you and puts on their highlights. Nobody says and puts on the real stuff, how they're struggling, how they're lonely, how they're dying inside. Nobody posts that on Instagram, on social media. People always promote positivity, even though in real life they could be suffering tremendously. I mean, they've been trying to do that for years. Introvert. I don't. We'll see whenever if it comes to fruition. Hopefully it does. I mean, that would instill the family to stay together if you have to have a legal reason. Because right now it's no fault divorce, so you can just divorce somebody because of irreconcilable differences. So people could just hop into marriages and hop right out of marriages. That's why marriage doesn't mean anything, because you're not putting really real skin in the game unless you're a man. A woman not really, she's not really putting any skin in the game. Either way, she wins in the outcome. She can cheat. Just think about that for a second. She can cheat on you, and you still have to pay her child support. You still have to pay alimony, have to give up the house, give up the cars, and she's the one that cheated. Man, if you get divorced and married in California, bro, RIP to your finances. Guys, did you guys see that Iman Shumpert stuff? I made a video about it, I think Friday. You want to talk about robbery. I tend to stay away from the marriage topics because that's not my lane. I haven't been married, haven't had kids, so I kind of stay away from that stuff. But that Iman Shumpert situation, the way Tiana Taylor did him, that hurt my soul, bro. I was crying on the inside for him. I was thinking about that stuff. Like, man, you got to pay 8 figures a month. Not 8 figures a month. You got to pay $8,000 a month in child support. You got to give up all four of your houses, all of your luxury vehicles, your tour bus. I don't know what Iman Shumpert was using the tour bus for. I mean, he kind of did music for a little bit. Then he has to pay her a 7-figure buyout or payout. I don't know what the hell that stands for, and then he has to pay for tuition. I mean, all he has is a goddamn cardboard box. I know Iman Shumpert is somewhere. This is why men are at the breaking point. Because 3-4 years ago, Tiana Taylor was in love with Iman Shumpert. They were everywhere. People were saying that's the power couple and all that stuff. They had great memories and great times, and then you instantly turn into a demon once you go into family court. That's what DDG don't understand. He's still trying to play nice person. He's still trying to play the nice person. Well, it's because it's just not finalized. They've been divorced, but it takes a while for the divorce to actually get finalized. Sometimes it can take 2-3 years. It's insane, guys. But the process that you go through is insane. DDG, he's like, I don't want to take her to court. We can just have an agreement. Why the hell would you want to be nice to somebody that's intentionally parental alienating you from your child? You know, some guys are just, some women aren't smart. Some guys are just weak or stupid. That's just what that is. But DDG gonna get taken through the ringer too. It is what it is. And word on the street is she slept with one of his cousins, and he's still trying to play nice. Man, it is evil to be good to bad people. I don't know why the story took so long to come out then, but that story, that hurt my soul, man. I'm like, after reading that story, I'm like, he has nothing. Iman Shumpert has nothing. So what inspired this video today is I was watching a video. I came across a video recently, and I'm sure you guys, or maybe some of you guys may have come across this video. It's a dude on the internet. He made a video. He's like 45. He said the title of the video is 45 Broken Tired. 45 broke and tired. And as I'm watching that video, I'm just like, man, it occurred to me, a lot of men are at the breaking point. They don't know what to do. It's like Jordan Peterson actually said in one of his videos. He said, women talk a lot about suicide, but I probably shouldn't even say that on YouTube. A lot of women talk about self-deletion, but men are a lot more likely to actually follow through and do it. As I was looking at that man's eyes, he was defeated, bro. And he had family and kids. He looked like, as he was making that video, he was 2 steps away from self-deletion. I could tell because this is what women don't understand about men. Whenever we suffer, whenever we cry, we're not overly dramatic. We're not flailing all over the place. We're not overly highly emotional. We shut down. We shut down completely. We get silent. We shut down. We detached. And so if you ever see a guy with that 1,000-yard stare, you need to go talk to that man. You need to get all substances, drugs, alcohol, firearms away from that man, because he's about 5 minutes away from self-destruction. So when you guys see men with that 1,000-yard stare, and I'm sure you guys have had it too. I've had a 1,000-yard stare before. Well, sometimes sometimes you need to seek professional help, but sometimes the professionals are just as lost as you. They human beings too. Then you go in there, you're a man dealing with all the harshness and realities of masculinity and the world beating you up and the world going up against you. And then you go in there to a professional that's a woman. She can't relate to your struggle. Or then you go in there to a LGBTQ guy. They can't relate to your struggle. You need a man This is why back in the day when you had your tribe, your family and friends that were close together, you would go talk to your dad. That would be your mentor. You would go talk to your uncle, your successful uncle, or your successful uh, godfather or something. That's how you guys would get mentorship and to get the proper emotional support. See, it feels like that, Chad. We're gonna have a real live stream today. Chad just said something in the chat. I don't know if you guys are watching the chat, but he said some real shit that's crossed my mind. Sometimes it feels masculine nowadays. It's cursed to be masculine nowadays. There's no positivity from being masculine nowadays. Women don't want accountability and discipline like they say they want, they do. Like they pretend that they and say that they want. You try to be a strong masculine man at work, you get punished for it. Try to stand up and say what's right. Hey, what we're doing here is wrong, guys. We need to go this way and all this. That just guarantees you're not getting a promotion. Toxic masculinity. Nobody talks about toxic femininity, right? Toxic femininity can change the whole trajectory of your life. See, toxic masculinity it'll just black your eye for a little bit. You'll heal in about 3-4 days. But toxic femininity will change your entire view on how you see women. Some of you guys have had your heart broke by a woman in high school and you still remember it like it happened yesterday. Some of you guys have been through cold and harsh divorces. You remember it like it was yesterday. It's ingrained in your mind. But nobody wants to talk about the lies, deception, the pretend nature of women. I never said all women, Andrea. But you know what's crazy, introvert? Some of this stuff is starting to spread across the world. You got to understand that since America still have a strong hold in the global sphere, a lot of people look to America and how to copy us and what to do. And this is how you get in Japan and I think in South Korea or whatever, one of them Korean nations where they're having low birth rates is because the feminism is spread over there. And so it's starting to spread all across the world, guys. I heard Europe is just about the same depending on where you go. Now, granted, I'm not saying that everywhere across the world is like that. Hell no, that's not what I'm saying. You can still be a man and prosper. What I'm saying is, in order for you to travel, you're going to have a sufficient amount of income. You're going to have to figure that out. And then you got to have the whole moving process, get the passport, find out what areas of a certain world you want to move to and all that extra stuff. It's a process, guys. You're not just up and leave America. There's other pros and cons to living over there than living over here, different economic opportunities. So anyway, but yeah. I'm not saying all women, but it seems like a lot of women act a certain way, Andrea. We're going to be real today. We're going to spill the guts out today. So I could just tell that 45-year-old man in that video where he was talking about broken, struggling, working, I think he was working 7 days a week, 12, 13, 14-hour shifts, making all that money, and that money doesn't go anywhere. He don't make enough, but he's working his ass off. And then he said something in that video that just punched me in my stomach. I feel it now. Just I hear it now. Just I can see his face. And you guys gonna feel this whenever I say this. He's like, man, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm working hard. I'm trying to provide for my family. But it just ain't enough. He said, I felt like a failure. He said, I felt like a failure. Have you guys, as a man, have you ever felt like a failure? You're doing everything you possibly can to try to fix your situation, but you just can't find the answers. It's a little bit slow getting to you. That discouragement gets to you. That negative emotions get to you. Damn. You feel like a failure, man. This is part of male life, man. Especially if you're a young dude, you just trying to figure it out. Chad, I feel that way sometimes too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it's one thing because some dudes don't try at all. So it's like, okay, you feel you're an actual failure. You know what I'm saying? Like you're an actual failure. You're not doing anything at all. You're not trying to better yourself at all. You're not trying to get these skills to get more money. You're not trying to get more educated to, understand what's really going on in the world. You're actually idle. So that guy is an actual failure. What I'm talking about is you're doing everything you possibly can, trying to exhaust all avenues, and you just can't find the answer. Now, in that moment, you have two choices. You can give up or you can keep going. No help, no loyalty. Damn, man. Chad, you must be watching my stuff for a little bit. You saying the exact same stuff that I be thinking, bro. No help, no loyalty. Men ain't gonna help, man. You know how many times I've asked for help and got turned down. You get no loyalty from other men or women. I appreciate it, Chad. That means a while. I've been doing this for a while. I have been doing this for a while. People think some people just popped up and started watching me recently, but I've been doing this for years, man. And I'm not trying to be fresh and fit. I'm not trying to be saint and sinner, the angry man, none of that. I'm just a young dude trying to figure it out like you guys, and I get on YouTube to vent and talk about some of the stuff I observe in society. Majority of them aren't loyal. 9 out of 10 of them aren't loyal. I'm just on here just spilling my heart out to you guys, man. And if you guys appreciate it, and can relate to it, that's one thing. But man, as you guys are watching the replay and as you guys are coming in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you like the video. If you guys want to hit the super chat, super thanks, super sticker, I highly appreciate it. But another reason why men are at the breaking point is because a lot of men are struggling to find purpose. Before we get into that, we talked about masculinity being under attack. It's a curse to be masculine. Guys, that's the reason why sports is so trash right now. Basketball, you can't watch basketball. It's not masculine. You can't watch football. It's not masculine no more. Hockey is like the only masculine sport now where it's actual real competition. The dudes actually really care about playing and giving their all. All this stuff is connected, guys. It's hitting in every area. This is why you can't really watch any good shows. It's hard to find good shows and good movies. Why? Because all this wokeness is destroying masculine creativity and masculine edge, competition. That's what makes stuff better, having competition. So I made a video. I think I made a video about this last week or the week before, introvert. So whenever I first started dating, I didn't recognize this modern woman stuff until I was in college. So you guys know I turned 27 this year. So that was like 18, 19, 20. Because in high school I was a jock, so women came easy for me. I was like popular and I was a good athlete. Could have went D2 or D3 in football. But I didn't recognize the games these women were playing until college, because I got to college and I'm like, okay, I get this girl's number, and then I get to text her and then she ghosts. Or she texts for a little bit, we go on a date, and then she pulling back. Okay, I get the number and I text her and she don't text back. So women started playing these games early. Women, guys, women have been on to this game since they were 14, 15, 16 years old. If you went through a woman's phone at 15, 16, 17 years old, you would find some horrendous things. Women were fast guys in their teenage years, and they still are fast. Snapchat, all this stuff, the secret avenues they can get around stuff, to find out stuff, to get in touch with older men. It's crazy. Yeah, if you in the hood, they've been on it since 11. Come from a broken family? Hell yeah. With no family supervision? Hell yeah. They've been on this shit since 11. Depending on how bad the family dynamic is and where the socioeconomic scale you are. Getting into college, but in high school, on only the gist of it. Yeah, they were doing it in high school too, but high school is like, you know everybody. By the time you're a junior or senior, you know everybody, like the coaches, everybody, the teachers know you. It's a close-knit group. So, but when you go to college, especially away, if it's not your hometown, you away from everybody. It's all new strangers that you don't know before. It's a big college. You're gonna run into this stuff, because the reason why women are playing all these games is because they have a lot of options. They should be real about it. A lot of sexual options. They don't have a lot of well, depending on how attractive she is. Yeah. Yeah, women, that's another passive aggressive way of how women turn you down and reject you. They give you a fake number. But it's crazy, man. But that's another part of why men are at the breaking point. Dating has gotten so disinteresting because of all the games that women play. You don't want to get into a relationship. And so guess what? If you don't want to get into a relationship, that means you're not going to start a family. You're not going to get into a marriage. I'm not talking about legal marriage, but you're not going to get into a marriage. You're not going to start a family. You're not going to have a nuclear family structure where it's a mother and father teaching, checks and balances between the children. So part of a man's purpose is getting into a relationship with a woman. Now, granted, I'm not saying that all men desire relationships the same. I'm not saying that. Some of you guys can go years and just be a bachelor and don't care about getting into a relationship or having kids until whenever. But some dudes, because we all know that one dude, or we all know a few dudes, and there's nothing wrong with it, they get a lot of their purpose, their motivation from being in a relationship or being in a marriage or whatever. That's how they were brought up, and that's how they were. It's what they seen from their parents. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Only problem is once you're looking for that and you're trying to achieve that and you can't because you're running into all these problems with modern women, that kills part of your purpose. Men want to feel needed. We want to feel needed because we're problem solvers. We want to feel useful. So we want to feel useful. We want to serve something bigger than ourselves. So whenever we go out and work and deal with all the problems of the world, excuse me, whenever you come home to your family and your children and you see your children run into your arms and are happy to see you, or your mother or whenever your wife gives you proper emotional support and she loves you, that gives you motivation to go out into the world and to conquer the world and put up with it and figure it out. So family is a part of some men's purpose. So if you don't have that purpose, well, when the world beats you up, when you come home and you come home to yourself, being by yourself, life doesn't have as much meaning. You don't have as much meaning. You ever heard men say, I need something to fight for? I need something to care about. What did Tupac say in one of his songs in the 90s? I've been really wanting babies so I can see a part of me that wasn't always shady. Don't trust my lady. But that part is being destroyed because of all the legal problems dealing with marriage. Divorce is big business, guys. It's huge business. It's a lot of money on, um, there's a lot of money to be made disincentivizing or incentivizing people to break up marriages, to break up relationships. They know this is how I'm about to reveal a dark truth for you guys, because this is how diabolical the whole breaking up and how much money they make off of broken families. The family court's going to break up the family because the lawyer's going to get a lot of money from the kickback of all these big celebrities getting divorces. They know men that are raised in single mother households are going to go to jail. So they're going to feed the prison industrial complex. So that's another way for them to make money, the state to make money. You got to come in ever so often to rearrange the kid situation or whatever, dealing with the government and the divorce, all of that. All of that takes money, and that puts money in the state's pocket. There's no money to be made when you guys are staying together. Exactly. Lawyers will literally go out and seek these women and tell them, hey, if you did this, you broke up the family, you would get this amount of money. They know that woman ain't she's gonna use the money up too. They're just looking forward to pad their own pockets, guys. It's a whole diabolical process. Let me read a couple of these comments. Yeah, a lot of women. I know a lot of women that thought about starting feed pictures collections. Yep, I knew some in college too. Exactly. I agree 100% time, man. You're 100% right. You're 100% right, man. Because think about this for a second, and I talk about this in that Anthony Edwards video. So if a man says he doesn't want a child, the woman can still have the child, even though the man said he didn't want the child and didn't want to take care of the child. She'll still have the child and still call you ain't shit and still blast your reputation and all of that, even though you told her you didn't want a relationship with her or the child. But on the flip side of that, a man can actually want the child and want to take care of the child, but the woman can still delete the child. So your say so doesn't matter in either direction. So these laws have to be amended. Now, granted, like I said, are they going to ever get amended? If the laws don't get amended, guys, this process isn't going to change. We're going to keep seeing Iman Shumperts. We're going to keep seeing these big divorces going viral because these women, they're getting brainwashed by feminism. Hey, you should break up the family because you aren't happy. They're breaking up whole families because they don't feel happy 24/7. They don't even realize 100 years ago, their grandfathers and grandmothers were happy all the time. And your grandmother had to actually wash the clothes with her hands and hand dry them and actually wash the dishes and actually clean the clothes. And all. It was actual housework used to actually legit be a hard job. But now they want to sit around and complain about it today when you have a washer and dryer, you have hangers, you have an ironing board. Why was your message retracted, Tom, man? You didn't say anything wrong. Is that YouTube tripping? Because I think you said you were going through this now. Man, guys, I hate to tell you this. I said this I think on my last video or the video before last. I've come to the conclusion that there's so many pitfalls and potholes trying to get through and navigate through women in this society. Guys, some of you guys are going to fall into something. You're going to fall into a heartbreak. You're going to fall into a baby mother situation. You're going to get divorced. You're going to get finesse. You're going to get a woman's going to get you somehow. Now, granted, how big that is to be determined. I don't want that to happen to you guys. Trust me, I don't want it to happen to anybody. But there's so many bad situations, and women are so incentivized to go in the wrong direction and taught from a young age by feminism to be strong and independent, that you guys are going to run into something. It's just a shame in language, Chad. You can literally find videos all over the internet of women say the most outrageous stuff. I've heard women say on the internet, say, I'm getting a divorce, and even though I have a good man. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy out here, man. The stuff that we have to deal with today as men, and they're wondering why you're checking out. They're wondering why you don't want, you're lonely and the self-deletion rates are all-time high. It's because of all the stuff we're talking about in this video, in this live stream. Hey, Chad, that's not how I would do it, but I 100% understand, bro, where you're coming from. I 100% understand, bro. I can't even fault you, bro. That's probably one of the most logical ways to handle it today. I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, see, the thing about divorces with celebrities, see, celebrities already have clout and money. And so when they get divorced, they can recover. Like when Iman Shumpert, like, granted, don't get it twisted. That stuff still hurts, and I'm sure he's gonna feel hurt by that, and he's gonna have to build his money right all the way back up. But since he has status and all of that, he can make that money back. He knows he has good connections. He can make that money back. He can go play overseas. He's still young. He's like mid-30s, so he can still go play basketball overseas in China or somewhere. Make some good money. Make some of that money back. Start a podcast. Start a show. He does music. He can make that money back. He has a lot of clout, or a lot of status. A lot of people know him. Former NBA player. He can get a woman. But when the average person goes through this, or the average man goes through this, and they take half of your $50,000, that's a lot of money. And all this depends on how much he takes in divorce, depends on what state you're in, guys. So, hey, women can get mad at this video and live stream all they want, but we're telling the real shit today. This is some real stuff. This is some real stuff today. See, a lot of the problems that we're dealing with today are stemming from, have you guys noticed there's a lot of trauma going on? Have you guys, whenever you talk to a woman, whenever you talk to other people, it's always some kind of situation of like trauma. Now, sometimes these people are just in a delusional state, and so everything's a mental health issue and all that. But have you guys noticed that a lot of women, a lot of people in general, just go through trauma, a lot of trauma growing up, and that bad trauma growing up affects how you view the world. Sometimes you self-sabotage depending on how bad the trauma is. And all that trauma stems from what? Fatherlessness households. Now, this is a cycle that's going to keep continuing. Yes, some of them do wear it like a badge, but it's a cycle that's going to keep continuing, guys, because they're trying to push men out of leadership roles. So your children are not going to get the proper masculine and feminine energy, the checks and balances. Your father needs to be in the house so he can check certain things for his wife and for the children. He's going to be an overseer, a security, a protector. So you need that as a child to grow up and have the amount of right mindset. We have a lot of people with trauma, which jades you and makes you bitter towards the opposite sex, which makes it even harder for you to sustain and get into long-term relationships. And so what happens is hurt people hurt people. You're in a good relationship, but since you have abandonment issues, you push the other person away because you think it's too good to be true. Everybody you knew, your father left you, your mother walked away from you. You were raised by your grandma. So you think when another person comes into your life and says they love you, you don't believe it because your whole past life has taught you a different reality. Exactly. Time, man. You're 100% right. And so you're gonna have trauma because there's no male leadership and they're pushing you out of the household through divorce, through parental alienation. And then and plus sometimes you can't even fault the father. This is why as a person, as you grow up, you have to go talk to your father and get the real story, because if the wife or mother of the child is parental alienating you, at some point, it's like 50 Cent said, how are you gonna keep loving something that don't love you back? You're gonna leave because it's too much stress to deal with putting up with that situation because he's making it so stressful. The way women emotionally stress us out as men, you would much rather get punched in the face. You would much rather get poked in the side because that heals a lot faster than the emotional scars that women put onto you, that they put you through. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah, it don't make no sense, guys. And then the trauma is going to continue because this is how the situation plays out. She's going to divorce you because that's what the statistics say. Women are batshit crazy. Think about this for a second, guys. Women want marriages. They grew up on Barbie, tea parties, and all this stuff. They've been romanticizing about getting the marriage and all of this. They've been wanting the marriage their whole life. They know what they want to wear, where they want to have it at, what colors. They've been planning on this since they were teenagers. So women want to be married. And then in turn, they'll get married, something that they've been wanting their entire life. They've been planning for their entire life. But then they'll press the delete button and divorce you over something that she wanted. That don't make no damn sense. That don't make no damn sense. Women don't know what the hell they want. And so when women are not regulated, they self-destruct. So this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to continue. The hurt people, children, people in society having so much problems in relationships, sustaining and maintaining relationships and getting into relationships, because this is what's going to happen. He broke up the family, so the father's not in the household at all. He can't check certain things. Women, she's gonna be a single mother working 3, 4, 5 jobs, which means what? The supervision is going to be neglected. So guess what? This is how you get teenage pregnant women. This is how you get dudes that enter in gangs because they're looking for leadership and masculinity that they can't get from the household. And then once they get into all these different relationships, having sex early and all this stuff, that bad experiences, because most of that stuff is going to turn out bad for them, that jades them even further, which makes them even worse for long-term relationships. You're not supposed to have a lot of negative experiences in life, guys. Facts. That's 100% facts, introverted. 100% facts. And that's a sad reality that we live in. But it is what it is. I haven't heard that song, Introvert, but a lot of men are reaching the breaking point. And the only solution I see, guys, is to find solitude and happiness in whatever career you join, whatever career you're doing, because you probably won't receive it anywhere else. Too many men get passed through the grinder. And then you have to ask yourself, okay, how can society sustain itself when there's so many relationships and families that are broken or that are never formed? Guys, family is the backbone of any society. Society, marriage, and family creates a community. If the community is bad, then that means the church is going to be bad. That means the government's going to be bad. Your social circle is going to be bad. So everything in societies, it is done for. This is why they've already estimated, guys, and the more I think about it, the more shit it's already really happened. To be honest with you, the massive singleness that I've been talking about for years. Um, Whenever they said women are going to be single and childless by 2030, like 45% to 50% of women are going to be single and childless, guys. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. And you know what's even more crazy? You ask a woman what some of her biggest one, because I've heard this from numerous women. They don't want to be alone, but their actions almost guarantee that they are going to be alone. If you're a single mother and you're 45 years old, you're not about to get into get a quality man. I appreciate it, Better Duck. I appreciate it. Um, we've been talking about this real stuff that men deal with in today's society. They say it's not for good for man and woman to be alone, but it seems like the new norm is this today in time. It is. That is the new norm. Introvert. That is the new norm. And then if you tack on all the problems that we're having with relationships today, and then you tack on the fact that modernity, you can do everything that you want to do from the phone. There's no incentive for you to go out and socialize. I mean, have you guys went out to the only place that you can probably maybe get some proper social interaction, maybe a grocery store, because people still go out in the grocery store. I can't grocery shop anymore. That's just, I have to do the pickup. That's just a waste of time. I live in the city. It's too many people in the grocery store. But I'm sure you guys have noticed this when you guys go out to the bar or to the club or whatever the hell you think the old way of meeting people was, it's dead. Everybody's swiping on date now. Everybody's socializing. I have them. I do it online, and I go to like the little, what do you call that? The pickup. It's like a little pickup lane, and little people come out and they put in your car and all that. I I don't do the deliver because I live in an apartment, and that'd be hell for them to try to find what apartment I'm in. So that'd be a waste of time, low key. It's kind of like Instacart, but in Texas we have HEB, and so you know what's even more crazy about this? People know about this stuff and they're trying and been knowing about it for years, but nobody's really trying to fix. I was watching a video recently. People are trying to fix it, but I don't know if this is going to actually fix the situation. So I think clubs, and I've seen recently that this certain club had a ladies' night, and ladies' nights used to be a big thing where people used to go out and actually socialize, and that would get men to the club. Oh, ladies' night, I can meet a whole bunch of women, or I can meet a woman or whatnot. All that stuff is dead, guys. It's so bad that the clubs are now paying men to go to the club on ladies' nights. That's a real story. Yep, narcissism and entitlement. Everybody feels entitled to a good relationship. But in order to have a good relationship, you have to reciprocate the stuff that you want as well. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't dare meet a woman in a nightclub. That's just not, nah. But that's where your one night stands and all that stuff come from. But I'm just talking about just like socializing in general. Nobody goes out to socialize, man. You're in the city around all these people, but everybody's at home. Damn sure not the strip club. Well, shit. Tell that the future. Future got caught red-handed arguing with that dang stripper. Like, bro, some dudes like love like when you listen to Drake. I think it's on Nokia and all that, or Give Me Some Love. He talking about strippers, bro. These dudes love 304s, man. It's a portion of dudes that love 304s, man. Yeah, Future, he talking about if she can't be cheating, I would never tell her sorry. Man, bro, you look crazy, bro. Arguing with that stripper, as many girls and baby mamas you have, bro. Why you care about that one so much? Come on, man. How many chicks can be piping down, bro? Like, I don't get it, man. Yeah, them rappers love them strippers, don't they? They be talking about, see, we be talking about real women that are supposed to be somewhat quality. They be complaining about, well, these girls ain't ish and all this stuff. Yeah, bro. You talking about the strippers you talk to? Of course, they're not. Why they keep restricting your message time, man? That's crazy. It's not me. I don't know why it's keep doing that. It must be the Google Corporation. Yeah, exactly, introvert. She belonged to the streets, but yeah, you oh man, you can't make this shit up, man. Future he look dumb as hell for that. I like, really, bro? You out of all men, out of all the dudes that get caught arguing with the 304 on the phone on video, and she did it on purpose because she knows his reputation is to go against um, you know, women like that. So that's why she put them all over the internet. Who knows? Maybe who knows? Future still won the situation because he still piped her down and got her pregnant. But Russell Wilson, you might have another potential athlete. I don't want these relationships to end, guys. But I'm gonna just say this: the moment that you go public with your relationship, that just ended the relationship. Most relationships that go public do not last. There's too many people watching them and judging them and have too many inputs. So your woman's gonna fall victim to all that social pressure. That's true. That's true. But that just goes back to the stereotype that, Sierra, all these women gonna get piped down by a bad boy at some point, right? Alpha Elves, beta bucks. Russell's the beta in that situation. He's not an actual beta male. Mm. Yep. So probably gonna wind down. You guys comment your thoughts. Think I've gotten everything I needed to get out of this video. Hopefully you guys got some good content out of this, some good value insight out of this because we went deep on this one. Pause. We went deep on this one and probably one of the realest live streams I've done recently. in a while. I know you guys been wanting these live streams. I just have to build up. You guys, I'm now in a situation with my partner. I am out from home a couple months. Save children because she constantly threatens me to sell. That's crazy, man. I wish you luck, Tom, man. I wish you luck, man. You guys wish him luck in the comment section. We're behind you. We hope you, get the situation figured out. You hope you get access to your children, man, because that's another reason. That's another way to break another man. Take him away from his kids. A lot of men leave the mother. They don't leave their kids. Another man. I salute you to the utmost time, man, because that's what we do as men. We sacrifice ourselves for the bigger good, for the greater good. This goes to war, this goes to family, this goes to everything. As I know you're a noble person, honorary man, trying to do what's best for the children. And that's the other thing that disgusts me about women when they break up the family. They don't view it from the lens of what's best for the children. They're narcissists, like we've been talking about. They only want what they want. They're tunnel vision on what they want. They don't look for what's best for the children, what's best for the overall dynamic. Because really, to be truly honest, guys, the people that suffer the most when a broken family is broken, or when a family is broken up, is the children. Now your children are backpacking here and there, no stability. That takes a toll on children. And children, sometimes they think whenever they get into a relation or whenever their parents break up, they think it's because of them. Oh, you don't want me. Oh, you guys, I must have been a problem. I must be the reason why you guys split up. It's a whole can of worms that we just continually keep opening up each and every day. And I don't get it. These human beings today, this is why I'm about to go on a Sigma rant. I just feel it coming. Like, this is why I have to get away from society, because people's actions don't realize how self-destructive their own actions are. It makes me sad. Like, bro, like, you just broken up the family and you just harmed your kids. You just put your kids through a lot of issues. Some people don't ever recover from that heartbreak. And so that's why whenever they get into a relationship, they start the whole cycle over again. They break the relationship up because their heart was broken before. And I just see the whole shit just repeating itself over and over and over again. And we're trying to make something good out of these people, these broken people. That's the problem. With all these bad situations, we're creating broken people. And how can a society thrive with such a high level of broken people? Exactly. Since you know your father, and I know my father and how he taught me. Exactly. So we're gonna always, since that's another thing. Since you can tell the men that know their fathers and the men that don't know their fathers, because the men that don't know their fathers, they're extremely irrational, emotional, erratic. Men that are at their best and that think rationally know their fathers. They've gotten that little bit of masculinity instilled in them from their father. That means a whole lot. Exactly. I can't even blame you, bro. I can't even blame you, bro. And it's just like, how do you really solve this shit on a mass scale? Yeah, I'm not like, Andrea came in earlier and she's like, "Oh, are you grouping all women in all of this?" I'm like, "No, but let's be real here. If you're a quality woman or a quality man, you guys are like a needle in a haystack. So you go, you two, unless you're like in a social circle that's tight and vetted properly, or in a social group that's vetted properly, the likelihood of you two quality people connecting in all of this hay that we call the dating market is very minuscule. And plus, in order for society to actually be thriving, we need the average person to be quality, to be worthwhile in relationships. So until we get back to that, I don't see how we truly fix this. Everything is just a little temporary. It's just like, what's that song with Morgan Wallen? You're putting a band-aid over a bullet hole. I'm sorry to hear that about your father, introvert. And that's what I'm saying. Like, broken families, women not vetting the man properly that they are sleeping with. And that's the other thing. Like, when women do pick a man, it's often the wrong man. A lot of men are gonna go through this, man. There's just no avoiding this. I wish I could tell you guys a different way of doing this. Um, you're gonna go. Women gonna put you through something. I just hope it ain't something like Time Man where you having to deal with. I just hope it's not anything like Iman Shumpert with his divorce. I hope it's not anything like parental alienation or like that. Um, yeah, I don't doubt it. Hurt people, introvert. It's a cycle. When they say generational curses and all this stuff, it's a cycle. It really is, man. It really is. And it takes a strong person to write that cycle, to change it. So a lot of men are at that breaking point of whether you should give up, give in, whether you should care or not to care, to fight or to not to fight. Is it worth it or is it not worth it? Damn, man, I apologize, introvert. I apologize. You went through that, man. Hopefully, you got some help, man, because that's traumatic. I couldn't imagine, man. I couldn't imagine. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, man. You got to defend yourself. It's a lot of men going through this shit, y'all. A lot of men on the verge of just giving up on everything. A lot of men don't care about anything. I was watching a video recently, and I'm probably gonna end this live stream pretty soon. So you guys comment your thoughts or questions or anything like that as we wind down. Um, Damn, I forgot the freaking video. I lost my train of thought. damn, it was gonna be something good too that I was gonna share with you guys. It's gonna be very informative. Hopefully, in the next few seconds, it can come back to me. But that was gonna be a really good, informative thing to share for you guys. There, it came back to me. So I was watching this video, and I ain't gonna lie, I felt like this before too. I was watching this dude's video, and he's like, "Man, I don't care about nothing. I don't care about nothing. I make a whole bunch of money. I don't really care about it." And this is not like, I could tell in his face because he got that kind of like that withdrawn face. You guys know what I'm talking about. He don't care about nothing. I don't care about. I should be. He's like, I just got a new truck. I just got a new promotion, but I don't care about it. It took so long for it to happen that it just. I've been through so much stuff in my life. He said, I've been through so much stuff in my life that I'm just numb to good stuff and bad stuff. I don't care. I don't care about nothing. Hey, you a better man than me, Time, man, because I would have put her in that. She be in that that jailhouse, man. But that just goes to show you that you're a noble man, man. And it's just sad how often good people get misused and abused in society. That's why I don't really advise people to be good all the time. To be. That's why I said earlier in the live stream, it's evil to be good to bad people. And I got that from Mr. Burden. Shout out to the Saint and Sinner. He said that was a really good quote that really sticks with my mind, man. That's a good brother over there. Very good content. But yeah, that dude, I was watching that video, bro. He said, I don't care about nothing. I don't care about getting in a relationship. I care about getting a new car. I don't care about nothing. Don't care about nothing. Have you ever? That's an interesting space to be. I've been through that space, guys. That's an interesting space to get into when you don't care about anything. You feel free, but at the same time, you're like, damn, like I might be too much free. You know, too much freedom is just another prison at some point, but. You wouldn't be wrong. You're thinking logical. Because like I said earlier, I don't know how you really, people call this stuff the red pill and all this relationship stuff. What I call it is reality, the realities of dealing with relationships, the realities of relationships in today's world. And so, yeah, we can talk about, ways to avoid these pitfalls in the dating market and all this stuff, but some women are that good, and it's just a lot of bad quality out here. So you're gonna run into something. Guys. You're gonna think it's something. You think she's gonna be a good woman, and it's gonna turn out she's not a good woman. Or you're gonna get into a relationship and she's gonna cheat, and it's gonna be something crazy, guys. It's gonna be something crazy. Hopefully this live stream gave you guys some kind of safe space to vent your thoughts and have some like-minded individuals around so you guys don't feel alone. I know you guys been wanting more live stream. I got to give you guys these more live streams. I'm going to start with just the weekend, and then as the weekend, I get on a good schedule, coming on live with the weekends. Then I'll start the weekdays little by little. But I appreciate you guys watching me. I appreciate you guys coming here and sharing your actual real life and being honest and sharing notes. I appreciate it, man, because I try to be very informative. A lot of people in society, are not very deep. They're very surface level and shallow. So I don't. Um, I know this message isn't going to be mainstream probably ever, but it gives me just as much as it gives you guys like a release to come around and talk. It gives me another, release to come around and talk to you guys as well too. Um, you guys know I don't really trust a lot of people. I don't really like a lot of people like that. So this is like another way I socialize in real life. Um, Socialize online. So yep. Well, you guys try to have a good Sunday. Get prepared for work on Monday. Maybe you guys are going to work later on tonight. Either way it goes, try to keep the faith, keep going, find something to focus on, a purpose worth chasing, chasing other people, chasing relationships. Um, Probably not going to be the most happiest thing unless you come across somebody that you find that's quality. And if you do, make it happen. But, always have your guard up. Dealing with these modern people, you never know what their incentives are. Um, yeah, that's the goal, man. Hopefully, these conversations, these tough conversations that we are having, to get out to enough people, and it forces people to change, man. Because men are at the breaking point, and it's a real thing. A lot of people, a lot of men are checked out, not just out of relationships, just checked out of life, period. Just checked out of life, period. But yeah, peace to you guys. You guys have a good day, good week, and I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.